The Kayfabe Crunch is made explosive by Boom Boom Pyro. Get more bang for your buck with our incredibly incendiary fireworks. Announce your entrance in style and arrive at any location with rockets, flames, glitter spooters, and golden showers. Be the life of the party, wedding, or funeral with Boom Boom Pyro.
The Kayfabe Crunch. Too big for just one news.
Good day, this is your Kayfabe Crunch for Tuesday, April 7th, 2020. I'm Richard Riptide. On this day in grappling history, WrestleMania 2 took place. A show that was too big for just one arena. Given the current circumstances, it seems a little greedy to boast 3 packed buildings at once. So maybe skip this event in your WrestleMania rewatch, as seeing so many people together might be a little upsetting at this time. Also on this day, Paige made her Raw debut and defeated AJ Lee for the Divas Championship in just 79 seconds. Nice. No wait, that's wrong number. This match would go on to be immortalized in the 2019 film Fighting With My Family, a real film with a fictional narrative based on real events, played by real people playing fictional characters based on real wrestlers. So simple enough to follow. And of course, we thank you for choosing the Kayfabe Crunch during these isolated times. We're proud to bring you the latest in fact-based news technologies. Even while reporting from home, wrestling news can be beamed into your ears through the magic of 5G, so that you can keep abreast with the only real sport left standing. Commiserations, baseball. And now let's get to the Manic-Mania news. Top story. The Badass is back. Yes, on Saturday night, presumably when the bell tolled 1, The Undertaker and AJ Styles fought in an abandoned graveyard. Taker arrived as the American Badass, or Badass, the early noughties version of himself that belongs on a MySpace profile with Limp Bizkit playing in the background. AJ Styles put up a tough fight as he received backup from Gallows and Anderson, as well as some of the Deadman's Druids who had defected to his division. After nearly managing to kill The Undertaker, Styles was shocked to see a man known for cheating death do just that. Taker then proceeded to murder all members of the club. He began by throwing Luke Gallows from a 2-story barn. Dead. Then he tombstoned Carl Anderson onto a tin roof, before setting it on fire. Dead. Finally, he buried Andrew Jackson Styles alive, which, according to local bylaws, makes him legally dead, as he was placed directly into a county-allocated grave with a properly marked headstone. Also, I'm seeing here that someone named Mark Calloway signed the paperwork. But, as we've said in the past, we literally have no idea who that man is. This fight was like nothing we'd ever seen before in WWE, and became just about the strangest wrestling match we've ever seen. At least, until Sunday. And now it's time for your Fast Count, the 2-day WrestleMania of news.
Nia Jax returns to zero fanfare, due to the lack of audience, of course.
Drew McIntyre becomes the first ever British World Champion in WWE. The Andy Murray rules were of course in play for this match. Had he lost, he simply would have been a Scottish failure.
Charlotte Flair offers us the definition of a tailor.
It's the man that makes the suit.
Bianca Belair made her Raw debut. The EST of NXT competed in the first hour of the show, which was 8 EST, 7 Central.
Bliss Cross regained the Women's Tag Team Championships, causing a second moment of bliss and costing thousands in rebranding.
The Big Show and Drew McIntyre both mistake the WWE Championship for the 24/7 Championship. Well, they are both extremely prestigious.
Shayna Baszler offers the 2 secret ingredients to her signature quarantine dish.
The thrill of victory, the agony of defeat.
Edge defeated Randy Orton in a last man standing match. Thankfully, we learned Edge has beaten his addiction to heights, as he wasn't tempted to climb that f***off ladder.
Charlotte Flair becomes an 11-time champion. If she performs at the rate of her father, she'll be a 47-time champ by the time Shawn Michaels' daughter retires her at WrestleMania.
Bobby Lashley already looks to leave Lana after 4 months. No wonder the divorce rate is so high in this country. And that's your fast count.
You've been counted out. But please, remain indoors.
Just 2 nights ago, John Cena was erased from WWE history by Bray Wyatt. We can quite literally no longer see him. And honestly, I don't know if I should be saying his name. The man doesn't exist. Back when Bray Wyatt announced a Funhouse match for WrestleMania, it turned out what he meant was a trip through time and space, in order to reveal, expose, and dominate John Cena's fears, as together they imprinted and imbued their collective memory onto various moments in WWE history, in order for Wyatt to catch Cena at the perfect time, to trap him in a void of nothingness for all eternity. Which, let's be real, we all saw it coming. It's now terrifyingly unclear what the future holds for John Cena. Or, indeed, Bray Wyatt for that matter. Where do you even go once you fully realize you have the ability to remove people from this plane of existence? Come to think of it, where does WWE go from here? If I can be serious for just a minute, how can we as fans go back to standard wrestling matches now that we know what some of these superstars are capable of? And I mean, if that's the case, then where does professional wrestling as a sport go? Where does this pro wrestling news podcast go? Where do I go? Excuse me. And as I unfortunately understand, there's just time for Bricayla Spotifee to bring you a WWE-themed cocktail recipe that you can make from home during the lockdown. Over to you, Bricayla.
Hey there, Crunchers. I'm Bricayla Spotifee, and I'm definitely not an influencer. But use promo code CRUNCH for 20% off your next shipment of fireworks from Boom Boom Pyro. Boom Boom Pyro. The government's lying to you. Fireworks are essential. So, I'm in one of my daddy's several kitchenettes, and I'm gonna tell you how to make my favorite cocktail right now. A Bella Blast. Let's do this, Crunchers. So, you want to take the last of your vadi, naughty, and add it to some brine from one of the many jars of beetroot you've been hoarding. Oh my god, you dirty little peasants, you're so disgusting. I love you. Then, pour it all in a shaker full of ice. And then you shake it. Like one of those old-timey photos we don't even need because of Instagram filters. Then, pour over some frozen rainwater you collected earlier. And voila! So pink, so perfect. A refreshing Bella Blast. They may not be inside the Hall of Fame yet, but now they're inside you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go vomit. And then live stream the installation of my bidet. Ciao, Crunchers!
And that's Bricayla Spotifee there, a very relatable person. Join us Saturday when we'll bring you all the latest noise from empty studio recordings. And remember, you can support this podcast by sharing it with a friend. Make sure to mention it's a little bit better than it actually is, or they likely won't listen. This has been the Kayfabe Crunch, your not quite daily, not quite news, bump for the world of professional wrestling.
The Kayfabe Crunch is made explosive by Boom Boom Pyro. Since the eve of the millennium, we've been supplying pyrotechnics to the biggest names in sports and entertainment. Many legends of this business won't even step out their front door without a little fanfare from Boom Boom Pyro. Looking at you, Goldberg! Start your monthly subscription and annoy your neighbors today.
The Kayfabe Crunch.